Hi, Jackie here, setting the July 2024 monthly challenge for A Little Magpie. I'll be using for this layout the new collection from Simple Story, Say Cheese Magic. I start off by selecting several of the pattern papers from the 6x8 pad that I might use behind my photograph and as various layers as I'm going along. I do back my photograph with onto white cardstock just to give it a border, make it stand out a little bit more. So I think I do that now. So I back my photograph there. My photograph is 4x4 as well, just straightforward backing. It's just got a slight edge to it. And then with these two pattern papers, the red and the yellow, I just tear a strip off the bottom just to give it an extra feature to the page. And I do the same with the yellow as well, putting the yellow underneath. I've also used a pattern paper for the background. I was on the chat a few weeks ago asking about what sort of cardstock they use, and I challenged myself. Everybody was saying, oh, they use pattern paper, so I thought I'll challenge myself to try and get out of my comfort zone of always using red and always using white cardstock and use a pattern paper instead. So this is my first one that I've done with pattern paper. So now I want to put a pop of blue at the bottom. So again, I've torn the edge of it at the end, and I'll just add it underneath. I do end up cutting off of the back of that off and leaving the flag piece. I can use that on another layout. So I want to have some strips going down the side, and I also want to put some die cuts as well, using the metal dies. So as I'm flicking through the papers, I've chosen 10 items to celebrate the 10-year anniversary. So at the end, I will go through the items, what I chose. The main one that you can see, the second one, the first one is pattern paper, and the second one will be the using metal dies on the paper, on the layout. So now I'm just going to add some foam pads to the back. I want to add a tag to the side of the photograph. I'm just distressing all the edges of the paper before I end up sticking it all together. And as usual, I don't put any glue to the edge of my papers because I want to be able to tuck things in. Just position it where I might want it to go. I tape these two together, offsetting them slightly, and then the main pieces get put on over the left hand side. So this is basically what I want. So I found the tag. I got the tag sheet out of the collection pack, and I'm going to use the tag that says click, take a photo, which is blue. Just add a pop of blue to the page. The page is very colourful anyway, so I thought I'd just add another colour to it. So there it is. I've just cut it in half, cut the edge off, and added the hole punch in it. And I want to make sure that it doesn't slip further down the page. So I just add another 3D pad to the bottom, so it gives it a buffer, so it doesn't go any further than that. Now I cut the film strip in half and just used off to the left hand side. And this is going to be my title, which says today was magical. So that's another element of my 10, which is to use wood. So here I am just sticking with the Nouveau glue, a few spots round, and tuck it in to the side of the paper. And then I'm going to stick it down. Oh, I'm very quick at this one this week, sticking things down. So I lay it up, I've got my T-square ruler to make sure it's straight, and that's how it should appear. Then I realise I want a more colour behind my photograph. So I go back through the pattern papers and I choose this yellow stripe one just to have another layer to the back of the photographs. Because I've already put the foam pads on, I've just left the foam pads in position, and the tag will still be able to slip inside, as you can see, the side pocket, and I've still got that yellow bit of pop of yellow just around the photograph as well. So it's now time to put the photograph down, commit and put the photograph down, and just make sure the tag is going to slip in there. And now I'm trying to embellish. So I went through my embellishment pack and the bits and pieces pack and found all these embellishments that I think I want to use. I've also got canvas Flair badges. I've got a small JD 3D wood camera. And I'll also be I've got a wax seal, and I'll also be using some wax thread as well. So this is another piece of using the metal die, but I've classed that as one. And then I'm just adding some foam pads to the back of these words from the bits and pieces pack that I'm going to place. I think I only use 2 of these words, which I will share with you at the end. Now, as you know, I always like to ground where I'm going to put my embellishment clusters. So I've just punched some circles out of this yellow stripe paper, and they'll go left, top and right. I did put them vertical, sorry. I did put them vertical stripes, but then it didn't look right. So I end up moving around, having to cut another circle out and using them horizontal striped. And then I found this big smiles all around. It has a speech bubble element to it, so I do end up cutting it in half and just using the top half. I can always use the bottom half as something else. So I cut it in half, and then I know it just slots in nicely. And as I don't put glue around the edges, all these things can just easily slip in behind things. So it's time to stick everything down, commit to what I'm doing. I'm sorry for the camera shaking. I think a bit heavy-handed with sticking the glue on. So I'm just adding these, my groundings, if you will, for the clusters. So here I'm going to recut it again and just add it into the left-hand side. So I want to add my journaling, but I know that if I put the wood title down, I won't be able to write the journaling. So the journaling and the wood title go at the end. I do write the journaling off camera, and then I can put it in. So on this tag, again, this is another A-Look Magpie metal die. Because it's black, I want to add a bit of feature to it. So using some of my scraps of paper, I've just had 2 strips of pattern paper over the top. Just enhances the die, and also it's a grounding for some word phrases that I've put on, stickers that I add at a later date. So just pattern paper from the 6x8 paper pad, and I've just torn the edges just to give them some texture. Just overlapping them, snipping the sides. I don't know if I do it on camera, but I do add, I do staple them together with some, with a tiny attachment. I think I do, so I'll do that now. Oh, and I've also added because I wanted the tags to just be a bit raised up from the page. So I've just added a foam pad to the top, just underneath where the all is. So it just gives them a bit of a raised element. So here I am, I've just stapled the sides, again, just to add another texture. 3D foam, and off camera I put on the wax thread. So I put a yellow on the left hand side and a red one on the right hand side into the tag. The tag at the right hand side as well, that's tucked behind the photograph, does have extra journaling on as well. So it's now time to adhere my Flair badges. So the top one says "Oh yeah." The bottom right is one of the art. These are all canvas Flair badges, and I was going to put the one that says Epic on, but I end up putting one that says Magic on the bottom. You'll see that in the close-ups on at the end of the video. Now, just going through the 12 by 12 sticker sheet and finding some word phrases to use. On the tag, I've put the mouse and say cheese. At the top, I've put I heart this place. To the right hand side, next to the so fun, I've put magic. You can see I've done my journaling, so I'm ready to stick this down now, and I can glue the JD 3D wood phrase over the top. Well, just slightly over the top, overlapping it. Get my T-screw ruler to make sure I'm going straight. Now, what do I do now? Oh yeah, this is where I changed the Epic to the Magic. I went back through my sticker book and I found 3 circular stickers. One that says "You Are Here," which I put at the top, and I added a foam pad behind it just to raise it up, because it was in the amongst the clusters of things that it would have got lost, because it had the wax seal and also the canvas badge at the top left of the photograph. The other 2 I did just put them down as flat stickers. So one is just a plain art, and the other one just says "Dream Big," which is on the right hand side near the tag. I'm going back through to find some more word stickers from the sticker book. These I put underneath my title. The blue one and the yellow one have an arrow on them that point to the right hand side, which I didn't want, so I just snipped them off and put them back into the book, so they might be used later on. So the top one says ear to ear smiles, you are my favourite, and happiness starts here. This was the first thing that we did when we went into Magic Kingdom on our first full day there. So yes, that's where it all started. So you can see the list of things that I've got. So I have got pattern paper, Flair, wood, use a tag, metal dies, thread, wax seal, enamel dots, stickers, and a journaling spot. So those are my 10 items. Here are a few close-ups of my layout. You don't have to use the 10 items I've used for the challenge, just to make sure that you have 10 items on your layout to qualify. All the information you'll be able to find over on our Facebook page, and I hope you'll join in with this month's challenge. Thank you for stopping by, and I'm looking forward to seeing all your layouts in the album. Thank you. Bye.